How to learn ski in the best way. While the idea of skiing may inspire images of powdery snow, gorgeous vistas and steamy hot chocolate, it is important to remember that skiing is no walk in the park. It is, however, a thrilling sport that can satiate anyone's need for an adrenaline rush. If you've always wanted to try out skiing but have not yet had the opportunity to do so, this guide can help you get started. Keep in mind that while this only covers the basics of alpine or downhill skiing, it is not a substitute for actual lessons. However, this can save you lots of time and money when you take the actual lessons in person. Read on and then go enroll in a class to begin to have ridiculous amounts of snowy fun. Firstly, you need to understand the rules of the slope. You can tell how hard a trail is by the symbol on the trail marker or ski map. In North America, trail difficulty is indicated as follows. A green circle indicates an easy, or beginner, trail. These trails are not too steep, will contain few or no obstacles, and usually aren't too long. A blue square indicates an intermediate trail. It may contain some obstacles, moguls, or many small bumps of snow, or have a steeper grade. You shouldn't go on these until you've mastered the easier trails. A double blue square indicates a difficult blue, and under bad snow conditions, can be closer to a black diamond trail. However, these are less commonly found across North American resorts. A black diamond indicates a difficult trail. It may contain obstacles, steeper moguls, and a steep grade with a narrow way down. A double black diamond, or a black diamond with an exclamation mark in it, indicates a run that should only be attempted by very advanced skiers. These difficulty ratings are only in comparison to other trails at the same resort. Therefore, a run marked with a blue square at one resort may be more challenging than a run marked with a black diamond at another resort. For this reason, when skiing at a new resort, you should always begin with a green run and work your way up, even if you are an accomplished skier. Know who has the right of way on the slope. People ahead of you, meaning down the slope from you, have the right of way. It is your responsibility to avoid them, even if they fall right in front of you. Because of this, it is best to keep a fair amount of distance between you and the skier or snowboarder in front of you. Try to keep at least 6 feet between yourself and others. If you're coming up behind someone, let them know by calling out something like, "on your left," or "on your right." Do not stop on the trail if you cannot be seen from above. While it is common to stop and catch your breath on the slope, it's very dangerous to stop if you obstruct the trail or cannot be seen by someone coming down the trail from above. People coming down the slope could crash into you. If you do feel the need to stop, try to stop at the top of the next section of the slope that's visible from above, like the crest of a hill. Pull over to the side of the run to stop, rather than stopping in the middle of the run. Next, you can put on your skis. Put on your ski boots. If you are renting your boots, ask an attendant to help you figure out which boot is best for you. You'll need to find the right size and adjust the tightness. At rest, your foot should be essentially immobile but not compressed. Your toes should not press against the front of the boot when you bend your knees to point your shins slightly forward at the angle of the boot. The top of the boot should be snug around your ankle. Separate your skis. Your skis might be locked together, bottom to bottom, by the clip-like snow brakes extending from the bindings past the flat sides. Their purpose is to keep the skis from sliding away when they pop off your boots during a fall, which protects your knees from twisting. They also make your skis easier to carry. Find a flat area in the snow. Set the pair of skis upright on their back end, hold down the one with its brake inside, and gently shake and wiggle off the one with its brake outside. Step into your skis. Set the skis pointing in the same direction about a foot apart. Most skis will work on either foot, but check to see if your skis have any L or R markings on them and, if so, put them on the correct side. Stick your poles in the snow on each side of the skis, a few inches to the side and next to the front edge of the binding. Hold onto the poles and, 1 foot at a time, tuck the flange at the boot's toe into the front binding and then push the flange at the boot's heel into the rear binding, which should close with a click. Slide each foot back and forth a little to check that the ski has attached. If it hasn't, try again. Learn how to take your skis off. To take off a ski, or to reset its latch to retry a failed mounting, Or if it fails to reset itself after detaching from your boot during a fall, push down the lever behind the boot so that it is parallel to the ski. This is most easily pushed with a pole by putting the spike into the indentation. If you fall and have trouble righting yourself, take off the ski on your ground side, the side that is flat on the ground, right yourself with the other ski and poles, and then remount the removed ski. Now, you can learn some basics for skiing. The most important skill you must learn is slowing down and stop. If you know how to slow down and how to stop, you will be much more relaxed and feel controlled when you ski. The trick is to apply gentle pressure to the inside edges of your skis, which can help control your speed. If you want to slow down further, just apply more pressure. If you want to go fast, you don't put any pressure. It's just as simple as that. This trick works even if you are in an intermediate trail. So, how can you stop? You can point the front tip of your skis together, then push your heels out to form a wedge. This is known as the pizza, wedge, or snowplow. The wider you spread your skis, the slower you go. Keep in mind that this method works best for slopes that are less steep. Never overlap the tips of your skis. You will easily lose control. If you can understand how to apply gentle pressure to the inside edges of your skis, and know how to stop by using the pizza, you will have a very good start to ski. Learn how to walk in skis. One of the first things you should learn is how to move around in skis. You will end up walking in skis when you are getting to a lift, or if you fall and have to get to a wayward ski, among other instances. One of the most common ways to move yourself over flat terrain is to keep the skis parallel and push yourself forward with your poles. With both arms simultaneously, stab the poles into the snow beside you, pull yourself forward, and repeat. Pull one side more than the other to turn. This method is good for starting onto a downhill stretch because the skis are positioned parallel, ready to go. Learn how to walk uphill in skis. This will help you if you need to get to a trail that begins uphill of where you are, or if you need to get to a ski pole that you lost when you fell. Try to sidestep up an incline. Stand perpendicular to the slope of the hill, so that you are not moving. Dig the uphill edges of your skis into the snow and take small steps uphill, sideways like a crab. Keep the skis perpendicular to the slope right where you are, and use the poles to keep from slipping as you work your way sideways up the hill. This is the easiest and least tiring way to get uphill. You can also use herringbone technique, which is named after the fish bone patterns the skis leave in the snow. Point the front tips of your skis away from each other, so they make a V shape, and take small steps forward. Tilt the leading edge into the snow and push forward to prevent slipping back. Bend your knees and lean forward a little so you can use the stronger leg extension muscles to push yourself forward rather than the weaker leg rotation muscles to pass one ski after another under you. Spread the skis more on steeper hills and if you begin to slide backwards. Use the poles to avoid falling over, but keep them away from the skis, so you don't trip on them. Assume the basic skiing posture. Bend your knees so your shins rest on the front of the boots and lean forward slightly. The length of the skis will make falling forward unlikely. Leaning back is tempting when you're feeling out of control, but it will not stop you and will make the skis harder to control. Put your hands through the straps on the ski poles and hold the poles by your sides. You don't need them to ski as a beginner, but they are useful for walking. Do not bend sharply forward. Keep yourself from sliding around. Spread the tips apart, or herringbone, to stop sliding backwards, and the backs apart, or wedge, to stop sliding forwards. Be careful that you don't end up in uncomfortable splits. Learn how to turn. Once you have mastered the pizza, you can move on to a more advanced way of stopping. Turning is an important part of skiing. To turn, all you have to do is point your feet, and your skis, in the direction you want to travel. For a strong, parallel turn, push the outside ski away from the body, keeping it parallel to the direction of travel. You and your skis will turn. For an extra smooth, carved turn, tilt the outside ski's ankle to bite its ski's inside edge into the snow and ride on a bank turn. You should feel the ski cutting into the snow to generate the turning force, rather than sliding sideways over the snow. If you want to stop while turning, keep your feet in the plow position and turn across and slightly up the hill. You will come to a slow stop. Eventually, you will be able to stop simply by turning and placing enough force against the snow that you come to a halt with your skis still in a parallel position. A very quick parallel turn of the skis before the body's motion has a chance to catch up to their new orientation, followed by pressure on the uphill ski to dig them into the snow, results in a hockey stop. This takes practice. Learn how to fall. If you are about to crash into a tree or another person, and are a beginner, don't try to swerve, as you will probably hit something else. Instead, just fall to your side. When possible, fall uphill as you are much less likely to get injured when you fall uphill. Your distance to fall is shorter and your skis stay downhill from your body. Try to absorb a fall with your hip and shoulder. Do not try to catch yourself with your arms, as you are much more likely to injure your arms than you are to injure your hip or shoulder. Try to stay as relaxed as possible when you fall. If you feel yourself falling, try not to tense up or you will probably do more damage to yourself. When you tense up, your muscles become tight and you are much more likely to pull something. Learn how to get up after falling. Move so that your head is towards the top of the hill and your feet are at the bottom. Get your skis perpendicular to the slope, and dig the inside edge of the bottom ski into the snow. You can push up from the slope using the hand closest to the slope, or try using your poles. If you are unable to push yourself with one hand, turn your skis around, and try getting up with your other hand. Learn how to use a chairlift. Ski walk up to the chairlift. If you have poles, be sure to take the straps off your wrist and safely hold both poles in one hand. Keeping your poles on your wrists can be dangerous and will make it more challenging to get on the lift. Wait until the operator indicates it's your turn, and then quickly move into the loading area. Once there, look over your shoulder to watch the chair coming around. As it approaches, you can optionally grab the side pole or back of the chair to steady yourself. Then simply sit down and allow it to pick you up. Don't be alarmed if it seems to be coming around quickly. Lifts usually have room for 2, 4 or even 6 people per chair, so make sure you and your friend are side by side when the chair approaches. Enjoy the view, but don't lean over the edge of the chair while you are in the air, even if your ski or a mitten falls off. You will be able to get it later. Leaning too far out of the lift could cause you to fall, which almost always results in serious injury and can occasionally lead to death. When your chair reaches the top, point your ski tips upward and straight forward. Push away from the chair as it goes around. Use the movement of the chair to propel you up and away from the lift. If you fail to get off the chairlift at the right point, do not panic, and do not try to jump down. You will automatically trip a switch which will stop the lift, and somebody will help you down. Now, you understand all the basics for skiing. It's time to enroll in ski lessons. Although this may not be a first option for everyone, since they can be expensive, it is arguably the fastest way to get the basics down. Look for beginners classes that are offered at ski resorts and on the mountain. It is best to enroll in a class weeks before you will go up to the mountains, as they generally fill up quickly. Many resorts offer inexpensive and plentiful lift ticket, rental and beginner group class packages. You can generally show up and sign right up. Some have inexpensive novice and intermediate level group short classes running on a schedule throughout the day as well. These are great for working out initial kinks, as a refresher, or to build confidence for bigger hills. Thanks for watching.